Spooky stuff, and straight after Kent Tonight we have a brand new episode of Kent Film Club. So joining me now is the show's presenter Chris Deasy. But Chris, thank you for coming, dressed in your Christmas tie. It's Christmas Jump Day, which we'll be moving on to shortly in the programme. But I wanted to ask you, after watching that, it sort of inspires some sort of spooky ideas and about artefacts found and used as the sort of premise of films as well.
Well, I was thinking that because we've got Wicked out at the moment, and of course the original Wizard of Oz, the ruby slippers. So the magical amulet, you see it in Harry Potter. I think the film that came to mind was Click, an Adam Sandler film from 2006 with Christopher Walken, and you've got the magical remote control, and it functions a bit like Back to the Future. The idea that you can whiz forward or back to different parts of your life. So you've got something very material, something, and of course you associate this with Halloween as well with the broomstick, but something that transports you and it sort of changes you, that magical elixir, the idea of an artefact as a site of magical transformation.
Yeah, and that really feels like the start of a film, doesn't it, with who Finn was speaking to there. So what about any sort of films with themes of witches or witchery and sort of spell casting?
Well, the Harry Potter films are obviously one that come to mind, but you see that in Hocus Pocus, another one as well, and even in the film Wicked with the book, the sorcery book, that the idea that only one person, and it's not the wizard, I'm careful what I give away if you haven't seen it, but the idea that maybe one of the witches has the power, which somebody who we think has the power, namely the wizard, doesn't possess. So there's something really clever in that about the idea that somehow only somebody has access to it. It's a sort of prosaic material object, but it's one that has all this magical power that only the elite are able to possess. It's what Halloween films are predicated on.
And let's bring all the magic, all the creepy magic, into Christmas as well. All right, eclectic mix here. We're talking about witches, Christmas Jumper Day, and also what's coming up in Kent Film Club this evening. We have a very special guest. We have our very own Kristen. What do her film choices say about her?
Well, two of her films are Hitchcock films. So I always think when somebody chooses Hitchcock and chooses horror, and the first two of her choices, I won't give away which ones they are, but they do say something very interesting about I'm not going to say the dark undercurrents of Kristen's mind, but the way that actually, which I'm sure is nothing of the kind, but it says something really interesting about the way that we use horror, and we mentioned witchcraft, but as a way of perhaps understanding all the sort of things in life which are kind of beyond our control. I'll give it away. The birds is one of them. Now, it's so interesting we see birds all around us, but as Kristen will say in the episode, the birds in the film suddenly become something that when you leave the cinema, you think, hang on a minute, that actually might do something really dangerous, really horrible, really scary to us.
So I should watch out for Kristen.
Oh, yes.
She should stay away from those witch artefacts as well.
Well, when you see what her other Hitchcock film is, definitely.
OK, well, lots to look forward to in Kent Film Club this evening. Chris, thank you very much.
Thanks.
Now it's time to take a look at the weather.